the way the system works is you got your compressor, goes through the check valve, through the coil, through your filter dryer, and into two capillary tubes. One is for the cold shelf, and the other is for the coil. You know which is which on this one because it has a fat defrost line along with our skinny cap tube going into the coil that goes on the top, so it can defrost it when necessary.
Oh shit, fire.
Yeah, and then you have a single return line on this guy. So you have your one return line, and then if you can see in here, our capillary tubes actually go all the way around there. They wrap around the accumulator on the other side, and then they actually enter the return line and then exit the return line here. And that's to take any heat. It's actually to cool the freon in the capillary tubes before it expands into these pipes here, getting much colder. So it's just an extra bit of cooling ability for these guys. On the 1510s, they have a similar system with the capillary tubes, but it doesn't run inside of the return line, and that because of that, the 1510s only cool to negative 30 degrees maximum, as where these get to negative 35 when they're working properly. So that covers that. So we're going to go ahead and remove everything, pretty much everything. You might want to take a picture before you do it, or draw yourself a diagram, because we're going to be replacing return line. We're going to have to make fittings here. We're replacing all the capillary tube from here all the way around there, back into here, and then this assembly down here with the filter dryer on it. And now we'll get torching.
Just don't be a shithead.
So what?
Oh. Well, anything. Hey, there we go.
Don't censor me.
Good job, you trigger.
The level of respect is overwhelming at times. I can't even handle it. So you don't want to get anywhere near your coil with the heat, because the coil is it has stainless steel tube, and it requires special brazing rod to connect your copper line to stainless steel. We don't want to have to deal with that. Really fucking bright. I should probably wear sunglasses or something.
Oh, hey.
Little light show, alright. So there is compressor oil inside of our lines inside. As to be expected. Probably get another good blast here on this side. It collects.
You can already smell it.
It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's like a fireworks show. So I'm just going to go one side to the other, just remove everything I possibly can. I should probably get the compressor oil off of my pliers so it doesn't combust and set me on fire.
It doesn't catch fire already.
Yeah, you mean? Yeah.
Well, I feel like it would take a little something already.
And again, try not to breathe though. Did I just break off of there? Dick. So that's it for this side. We'll move to the other side now. Hold on.
Okay. I think that's attached on there.
Yeah, it's attached with the capillary tube right now.
Oh.
We just cut it off later. Doesn't really matter. Just the stuff that we're gonna have to rebuild. I want clean ends on it. Okay. So there's the cap tube wrapped around. And this is the accumulator. A very common place for these to develop a leak is at the top of the accumulator. It's got these two lines going in here. And everyone that I've come across that's reached a certain age has had a leak there. So I just clean it off with a wire brush and just heat it up and put new cell floss in there, and it usually seals it up just fine. That's probably where this one was leaking previously. That's why we had no Freon in the system. So as when we rebuild it, we'll pressure test it and check for leaks. But we should be good after what we do right now. Lovely. All right, there we go. Okay, now that's it for removing things with the torches. Now we will take our tubing coater, if I can find it, because I can't see in here.